Okay, in this exercise, I'm going to show you how to use the virtual cart. Remember, the virtual cart comes up on channel 9 on your radio board. In a previous video, I showed you how to turn this computer on, but it's fairly straightforward. Remember, it's the last thing to turn on. It will be the first thing you turn off. Now, the virtual cart is labeled under this software called Apex Live. And when you first launch it, or at some point you may launch it, it may look pretty scary and confusing. It's normal for this load up page to be here for a while. And you look at this and go, I can't do this. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know most of this. If you go to Menu and you go to Window Layout, you'll see something called Radio 1. Double click that, and magically a lot of these windows will start to close. As a matter of fact, pretty much everything you don't need will close. And if you still want to close a window, you can go to Menu, Close Window, and even close an additional window if it's really that confusing. So this, at this level, this is really all you need. It's good to have the counter, it's good to have the library, and good to have what we call the hotkeys. The hotkeys really are what they sound like they are. They're random or quick access for any of the songs or PSAs or anything else that might be in here. Anything marked ARC is actually just advertising. What you're really interested in is this track, which is just simply titled Go to Hell. That's the title of the song we're going to use. For your final, you'll be using this track, which is We Wish You a Merry Christmas. So really, this is about all you're going to need. To access this, all you really need to do is push it. Now, you don't hear anything because on the board, I don't have it engaged, but now it's engaged. Okay, and what do I mean by engaged? I mean program wasn't selected, it wasn't keyed in, and the fader was not up. But you can see the levels moving. So you would know from this that it's playing because it's counting down, and the levels are kicking. Just know it is possible to play multiple sources. And obviously, it sounds like a real mess. So when you do go to play it, just know first click will start it, second click will not only stop, but it will re-cue it. There's really not a pause. And for this setup, it doesn't make sense to have any kind of pause. Remember, it's set up to be live, and you really wouldn't necessarily pause anything in a live situation. Some things to be aware of is, even though it should come up in channel 9, and that includes queuing, you may have some issues. One of the problems is people will log on to this machine and they'll plug their headphones in, or they'll try to hear it. And one of the first things they do is they actually switch the audio settings. So one of the things to do is just very simply look under the audio settings of the computer itself, which can be found down in the menu bar or the launch bar. I forget what Windows actually calls this. But it should be set to speakers USB audio codec, not the speakers. All right? So that's the first thing. Just verify that it actually does say that it's speakers USB audio codec. The next thing to do is to look a little higher. And it's under this Options tab. Look under Options. Look under Settings. Look under Sound Card Select or Select Sound Cards. And again, make sure that speakers is selected here. All right, USB audio codec. If it says anything else, simply select it and close the Options tab. again, you should be able to hear not only music coming through the board, but it should be coming through program, not simply through cue. Now, there are some other things to know about this, but at this level, in the intro level of Radio 1, we really don't get into a lot more than just being able to play a source. Remember, for project number 3, assignment number 3, I should say, hitting the post, you'll need this song. And for your final, you'll need this song. Again, this particular one is back-timed. All right? And just a quick note, remember, for your final, even though it says it's 1 minute and 2 seconds, it is back-timed to exactly 60. And remember, on your final, you play the entire 60 seconds of the song. Okay, are there any other little issues that could pop up? The main one really is that the card is not selected right, and that's because chances are someone plugged in their headphones directly to the computer. Do not put your headphones directly to the computer. And as far as this listing goes, well, it's not that important for you again at this point of the game, but we'll just leave it open. There is one other thing to know. And what if you turn this on and you can't find those keys? Well, if you hit the next button, it will toggle you through all of the options on the board in terms of what's preloaded. Now, in the advanced levels, we really go through this, and as you can see, there's a lot of other stuff and a lot of other stuff students have made. That's for the advanced class. All right, so there is a lot more to know about this, but for the basic level, we're just good here. And again, the other thing that may hit people is if it's selected to hotkeys, without the hotkeys actually loaded, you're going to see just gray tiles. Select library, and you should see everything come up here. All right. This is just a good way, the library open. Like I said, even though you don't really need it, it is a good way to know that, yeah, the stuff is here. Maybe I'm just looking under the wrong tab. And in this case, even though hotkeys is the name of the window, you want to be looking under the library. And I believe that does it for this exercise.